Chelsea win the race to Liam Delap, but is this a sensible transfer? A major managerial shakeup in the Serie A, but with Antonio Conte, the Napoli show goes on. This is DMAC Daily. Whilst the Premier League transfer window isn't technically open yet, many clubs are already getting deals done in advance. Zubimendi to Arsenal, Cunha to United, Liverpool are going all out, City have profiled several targets, and now Chelsea is set to make a splash on Liam Delap, triggering his release clause for £30 million. Back in April, The Athletic reported that half the Premier League were actively chasing the 22-year-old signature, alongside Bayern and AC Milan. United and Chelsea were frontrunners, but the Blues always had the upper hand. Their co-director of recruitment previously brought Delap to Man City's academy back in 2020, where he was coached under Enzo Maresca. Additionally, Chelsea qualified for the Champions League, something United weren't able to accomplish, a pivotal factor in Delap's decision. This comes just a day after news broke of Chelsea's potential pre-agreement deal with Emmanuel Omega of Strasbourg in 2026, alongside their active interest in Hugo Ekitike. Chelsea clearly like to keep their options open, but focusing on Delap, and I'm somewhat conflicted. 12 goals in his first full season in the Premier League, playing for one of the weakest teams, is admirable. I mean, he outscored Nicholas Jackson. In saying that, this was his first season Delap hit double-digit goals. Chelsea need a top striker to reach the next level. Delap has all the raw ingredients to become that. He's powerful, technically efficient, competent with both feet, and wears his heart on his sleeve. He reminds me of a young Diego Costa in many ways, but right now, Delap isn't the finished article. Maybe in a better team, he'll thrive, but it's a slight gamble if the Blues solely rely on him and Jackson. I have a suspicion Chelsea will sign another striker this summer. Moving to Italian football, and some major managerial shakeups are taking place, starting with Gianpiero Gasperini departing Atalanta as Roma and Juventus battle for his signature. It's understandable why they're both desperate to appoint the 67-year-old, because he has revolutionized Atalanta. In his first season at the club back in 2016, he guided them to 4th place, securing European competition for the first time in 26 years. In the following 8 seasons, they've only missed out on intercontinental football on one occasion. They won the Europa League in 2024 and finished 3rd in this season's Serie, all whilst playing an entertaining brand of football. He achieved all this whilst the club consistently sold off their best players for huge profits and replaced them with significantly cheaper prospects. The only slight criticism of Gasperini was his man management of a few players. But outside of that, he's spearheaded one of the most astutely run football clubs in the world. Roma desperately want him, an ideal replacement for Ranieri. I think he would cook with that playing group. However, Juve are now reportedly trying to hijack a deal. But as mentioned earlier, the Serie A is witnessing big changes. Max Allegri is set to join AC Milan following the sacking of Sergio Conceição. Rafael Palladino resigned as Fiorentina coach and is rumored to take over Atalanta. Maurizio Sarri is set to rejoin Lazio, and the Inzaghi Al Hilal links just won't go away. One manager who is set to remain though is Antonio Conte. Fresh off of winning his 5th Scudetto, a bombshell emerged that he was on the verge of stepping down from Napoli and was linked with the Juve job. Conte had voiced his frustration several times this season at the club's lack of transfer action, but the club's president has since taken to social media to reassure Conte's future in Naples. With striker Jonathan David and Premier League star KDB close to joining too, this Napoli team could be fireworks next season. Anyways, that's all for today's DMAC Daily. See you next week.